there, how is going? Today I wanna speak about performance problem with spread operator. It's common to use spread operator in our JavaScript and TypeScript application, and it's also common to have trouble with it. If you use it inside of a reduce or a map of a list, and this list increase, probably it's very simple to have trouble with it. Today I want to show you a little example about the problem and how to fix it with some line of code. So don't waste time and let's jump in it. For this example, I created a simple application with two buttons. The first button call an API that return a list of cat and group this list by breed, and then the result will print in the DOM. The same is for the without spread operator. The difference between the button is in the implementation. The group by method in the spread operator use the spread operator. In the bottom without spread operator use the JavaScript without the spread operator. So it's a very simple as application, but it's the right application to understand the problem. The API application is built using JSON server, and there is a simple endpoint /cats that return the list of a cat. I used Faker.js to create the list of the cat and to get an ID and the name and the breed and so on. Let's take a look to the application. The application is very simple. There is a simple index.html file, the main.ts file where you can find some HTML code to show the logo and to show the buttons. Each button is attached to a script for load data with spread operator and the script to load data without spread operator. Each script is similar. They accept three parameters: the button, the list element, and the pagination. So inside there is a run command, a run method that fetch the cat, group the result, and render the result, and attach this method to the click event of the button. And it's the same for the without spread implementation. There are also other two files, the API.ts, where you can find the method to fetch the HTTP request, and the render cats by breed, where you can find a simple method to render the grouped list to the DOM. Okay, let's start with the spread operator implementation. The method is very simple. There are three phases: the fetch phase, the group phase, and the render phase. Today we have to focus to the group phase. So the group phase is built using the reduce method, and I use the object to group the cats. I create a new object where the key are the breed and the value are an array of cat that have this breed. The implementation starts with check if the breed of the cat exists inside of the accumulator, and if it's true, the implementation return a copy of the previous accumulator and override the previous breed value with the copy of the previous value and add the new cat. Otherwise, return the copy of the accumulator and add the new breed with his array with the cat inside. Very simple. Okay, it's time to see this code in action. So if I go to my browser and I click the with the spread button, as you can notice, the time of execution is very fast. So in less than 1 millisecond, we have the group at least. But if I increase the number of elements from 100 to 10,000, for instance, and I click again with the spread, as you can notice, the number of the time of execution is increased to 46 milliseconds. Probably for the majority of the application in the world, this is not a problem, because 46 seconds it's not a problem if you have to do only this this stuff in your application. But if you are building an application with high performance, probably you have to pay attention to this problem. For instance, if I change the number to 10,000 to 100,000 and click again the button, as you can see, now the time is very big. So now the execution need 2 seconds to group our object, and as you can understand, the problem arrived from our spread operator. Now it's time to see how to fix this problem using an implementation where the spread operator doesn't exist. So now it's time to go to the implementation without spread operator. Here is the implementation without the spread operator. As you can notice, the implementation is quite similar, but in the reduce we have a different implementation. Obviously, if the breed exists, I decide to use the object already exists in the accumulator. I get the breed element and I push the cat inside of this array. Otherwise, if the breed doesn't exist in the accumulator, I create it and I assign to it a new array with an element that is our cat. And then I return the same accumulator. As you can see here, I use the same object, so I start the execution with this object, and I never create a new object, but maybe I have to add a new property or push a new item, but I never recreate a new copy of the accumulator and a new copy of the element of the breed. So in this case, JavaScript doesn't have to recreate a new object every time. This improves the performance of your JavaScript code. So now it's time to see this code on action. Okay, I click the without spread button and the execution time is less than 1 millisecond, like in the previous example. Now I change the number of elements from 100 to 10,000 and I click again the without spread button. The time of execution is 1 millisecond, around 1 millisecond. If you remember well, the previous example was around 46 milliseconds. So the difference start to become big. But now I want to change the limit to from 10,000 to 100,000, and I click again the without spread button, and now the execution time is 14 milliseconds. As you can notice, now the difference is very huge, and probably you understand that if you write your code in the right way, probably you get also the best performance for your application. Okay, now it's time to see the reason why of this problem. When you use the spread operator in this way, JavaScript have to create a new object, copy the previous value inside of this object, then create a new property and create a new array, copy inside of this array the previous value of present in the breed array, and then add the new cat. The same in this step. JavaScript need to create a new object, copy the object, and then add the new property. As you can imagine, when the accumulator start to become big, the time to copy all the data from an object to another need some time, and in each iteration this time increase and produce the previous result. So you have to wait 2 seconds to have the grouped list. Okay, the moral of the story is use spread operator without any problem. But please pay attention if you use it inside of a reduce or a map, or where you have a list that can be very, very big. Okay, that's all from this content. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you like it, please hit the like button below, and if you wanna stay updated with my content, subscribe to my channel. Thank you and see you soon. Bye bye!